just real quick, yes, Florida did lock down. Florida locked down for about. Florida did lock down. Oh, Florida locked down. Yes, Florida locked down for 2 weeks. And then Ron DeSantis said, you know what? No, I'm tired of this. The only governor who did not lock down was South Dakota Gnomes. She's the only one that didn't lock down. So yeah, I was over there looking, Rumble Rebels. I was over there looking. And hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. It is Friday. What the heck I do with my cup of coffee? Oh, my throat dry. Oh, my throat dry. Oh, Lord, my throat dry. Whew. Demaya, come bring Daddy here a cup of coffee. Come bring Daddy here a cup of coffee, baby. Come, ooh, Daddy throat dry. Yeah, Dad, come bring Daddy a cup of coffee over there, baby. Daddy, right over there. I think it's right there. Daddy throat is dry. There you go. Come and say hey to everybody. No, this ain't coffee. You stay right here. Talk to everybody. Say hey, everybody. Go talk to them. While Daddy go get him some coffee. His coffee.
Hi, everybody.
I didn't have my cup of coffee. Can you see him?
I can.
Okay, there we go. Daddy got his cup of coffee. You see any names?
I see a little.
Sit down in the chair.
Oh.
Sit down in the chair so they can see you. Say hey, everybody.
Hi.
All right, thank you.
See you next time.
There you go. Woo! My throat got dry quick there. My throat got dry really quick. Ooh, feels so much better. Hey, Miss Barbara Kirkendall, how everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. But yeah, to the people on my running rebels, because I saw they had a debate, Ron DeSantis did shut down Florida. He shut it down for about a month. And that's it. Christy Nones was the only person who did not shut down. And I think she's South Dakota, but she's the only one who refused to shut down. So they are correct. He did shut down. Well, thank you, Miss Lisa Berger. I will let her know everybody thinks she's a cutie. My oldest daughter, she couldn't make it. It's Friday night. My older daughter like, I'm going to bed. My daughter's like, I'm going to sleep. But we're going to get everything set up. But yes, that is a fact. Florida did shut down. They shut down for about a month. Oh, nah, she looked like her daddy. Yeah, they really are trying to take the coffee now. The Rumble video volume turned down on me. I don't know why, Jay Hayes. It should be up. I got the volume. I'm going to put it out a little bit more on my end. So I'll put it up a little bit more on my end. But everybody, it is a lot to talk about tonight. A lot to talk about this week. This week, so much when it comes to Hunter Biden. But I really want to get into this thing with Steve Crowder and Daily Wire. It hurts to see them argue like this. But Steven Crowder is right. And I'm not saying that because I support Steven Crowder and I use a lot of his material. But what Steven Crowder said is 100% correct. And what Steven Crowder is saying is, everybody, if you are called in, I'm not going to start calling in to after 22:35, 22:35 my time, 10:35 p.m., okay? So I do see some people on hold. If you want to hold and wait, that's cool, but I'm not gonna do it if I ain't. And one thing about I notice when trolls, people want to come in this early when they see the lines open, that's usually a troll. So deny. But yes, that is 100% fact that Florida shut down. But when it comes to the Steven Crowder thing, the Daily Wire offered him a contract. Steven rejected it. He didn't like the terms. He didn't like what it was saying. Because if you read the contract and what they were saying, isn't it a wonder how some people, huge names on YouTube, don't get banned? Don't you notice how big these people are? They don't get banned. And that is a problem. If you are really, and what Steven Crowder is saying, if you are out here really fighting for conservative values, if you are really fighting for American values, YouTube will demonetize you. They're going to demonetize you. And here is what's funny. When they say demonetize you, they haven't demonetized you. You just don't get any money. Like right now, if you're watching me through Mind of Jamal, Black Southerner, that's what we're going to be on tonight. And of course, I'm also doing Mind of Jamal live. If you monetize your page, usually if people don't buy the premium, you get advertisement. Well, YouTube will still run an advertisement on your page and you won't get that. The whole page of Mind of Jamal Live, that's why it's so important to me. That's where people can join. That's where people, like if I want to go members only, which I'm going to start doing. I'm going to eventually start going members only on Mind of Jamal, and that will be on Mind of Jamal, Black Southerner, and Rumble. Rumble will always be free. But that is what that's how I get money off my videos. If you guys don't donate, I don't get nothing. The donations is what fund my page. Even when I had videos that has 1 million views, nothing for it, because it's demonetized. And what Steve Crowder is saying, you want me to have a contract that states if I get banned or my channel get removed, I lose everything. Well, if you're really fighting for causes and you're taking on the GBTLQ community, the bunch of groomers, and really hitting that part home, you're going to get banned. Steve Crowder actually went to these mysterious addresses in Arizona doing the best, most loving, untouched election it ever was. He actually went to different spots and showed nobody was living there. They took that down. Steve Crowder lost that. They took that down from Steve. So in the end, Steve Crowder, based off the Daily Wire's contract, he would have lost money, but he was right. Steve was right. Thanks to the Twitter files, and I want to say this again. Thanks to the Twitter files exposed. The Twitter files exposed what went on during the 2020 election. How the FBI had people banned, squashing the Hunter Biden story. These things are very important. How they purposefully banned people, throttled their reach down. So this is 100% true. What he said was 100% true. But Steve Crowder got banned for that. Steve Crowder got banned for having Carrie Lake on his show. Steve Crowder got banned for talking about hydroxychloroquine. I get banned. Jay McCanny get banned. Jermaine Bozzio get banned. But I'm going to just go on and say it. Ben Shapiro has never been banned or lost a show. Ben Shapiro has never been banned or lost a show. And this is what Steve Crowder is talking about. When he was telling Daily Wire, if I totally do what you tell me to do, I'm not going to be me. I push the envelope. I put it in their face. But Ben Shapiro and Daily Wire have different podcasters. Ben Shapiro is an analyst. He likes to analyze and dip into it and see the analytical part. When Matt Walsh did What is a Woman, he still toed the line. Notice how Steve Crowder says about transgender. You're wrong. I don't care how you feel. Others say, well, you may feel this, or this may be whom you want to reflect, but we don't have to accept it. We have a right not to accept it. And the way Steve Crowder presents it is an old-fashioned Christian value of, it's not us, it's you. We don't have to participate in your sin. That is what happened. And I'm going to play for you some of that. And yes, did Steve Crowder record what was going on? Yes, he did. Should he have? No. I don't agree with Steve Crowder doing that because that was his friend. They were supposed to be friends. But you know what they say.
Futures of other people who could potentially be in that position, that very disconcerting position. No miscommunication.
What I'm talking about is you're describing a model for everyone, not just, let's get rid of me here. Everyone, if there's a penalty for being demonetized on YouTube, because your business model requires that be a huge component of it, you need to change your business model or this movement cannot work, Jeremy. I can't imagine my show trying to come up and be beholden to YouTube advertiser guidelines, let alone, I mean, honestly, being beholden from a conservative entity with hard strikes, right, being removed, but let alone being advertiser friendly. We know how broad those guidelines are. They might as well just read, don't say anything offensive, and they change them at the drop of a hat.
I'm not suggesting that the guidelines aren't terrible. I'm suggesting that if making money off of those platforms is part of how you're justifying the salary you're paying someone, then or the fee I keep saying salary, the fee you're paying someone, then when those go away, everybody loses money. You can't pay the same amount with less revenue.
How about you create a different business model?
Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Of course, telling someone else, hey, change your business model. I get it. I'm in no position to say that unless, instead of Monday morning quarterbacking it, here's the thing. I didn't just offer criticisms. I offered a guide on how to, here's the deal. I want to sit at the table with people who, granted, have an immense amount of power and have incredibly deep pockets. That is all true, to be clear. And by the way, it's something that I want to have on our side of the aisle. But I offered a guide on how to do it. It is incumbent, this is what this is about. It is incumbent upon conservatives, if we believe what we say, to uncouple, to divest, if you want to use that term, from big tech. Right? For the business models of the movement as we move forward, to not rely on playing ball with Facebook and with YouTube. That is something that we have to move toward. You know that we've been trying to do that here for years. That's why every single show we say, hey, if you can watch on Rumble, please do so. We're not looking to be banned on YouTube, but we certainly won't compromise the truth in order to be advertiser friendly. Here's the thing, Daily Wire, Jeremy, and I really do hope that we can talk at some point. Please, you can pick up the phone. We've done that. We here have found a way to make that work. For proof, see election night, our numbers on Rumble there, and see the numbers on Rumble when we get suspended from YouTube. I think it was 4 times this last year, and I went to great lengths to communicate that to the people at Daily Wire.
Now, I will be honest with you, from somebody who has been banned from Facebook, okay? Steven Crowder has a lawyer. Steve Crowder has a lawyer. He's a good lawyer. Steve have had his suspensions from 2 weeks down to 1. But YouTube, here's the thing what people have to, this is what people have to understand. When you get a strike and you ask for an appeal, YouTube come back in 1 minute and say, we reviewed the content. Sorry, I know this upsets you and I know this makes you feel bad, but we had to do it. And it's like it's mocking you. I will give Elon Musk this. They have to actually review the tweet. If you appeal it, they have to actually review the tweet at Twitter. That's a good thing. That is an absolute good thing. They have to review the tweet. Do people know how many times many of us have just asked to have something reviewed, begged for someone, a human being, to take a look at it, and it don't matter? You're off. They literally show children on YouTube in front of a grown man with a thong on or a G-string on, with his butt crack, dancing in front of children. That's not banned. This is very, very one-sided. And this is why Steven Crowder is like, hey, yes, there are YouTubers who play this game, and yes, I'm not gonna say they're con men or they're frauds, but they really don't come out with a strong message. I'm gonna tell you something else. Ben Shapiro was so quick to say that Donald Trump won't telling the truth. He tried all options. It's over and everything 2 years ago. But do you know Ben Shapiro has not hardly covered the Twitter files? I watch him. I watch Ben Shapiro. He will mention it at a glance, but he will not mention the information, because this is what people have to realize, and I want you to understand this. That was against Donald Trump. What they did to Twitter against all those went to hurt Donald Trump. All of those. All that went to hurt Donald Trump. Well, I got somebody from British Columbia. I'm willing to bet they're a troll, but I'm going to let them in. And after I do this, if I see this is the troll area, I'm going to get it. Hold up. Caller, you're on the air.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Hi, Jamal. How are you? I wanted to go back to the topic, the Steven Crowder Daily Wire thing. I wanted
Okay.
to add to that some stuff that I had read about. It's obviously tough, I think, for a lot of us. And by the way, I just do want to say that my name is Mark. But it's very difficult for us,
Okay,
a lot
Mark.
of us, because we love both of them. We love both of them, right?
Yes.
And we don't like to see them fighting. It's like mom and dad fighting, and except for, mom's a corporation, dad's a weird guy or whatever. But I was reading that one of the big issues with the contract that Steven Crowder had, because it was obviously a lucrative contract, but he had a big issue I heard with one of the terms of the contract. He wanted a huge budget for banana hammocks, to buy banana hammock underwear, and the Daily Wire said, we don't want...
And there you go. Anybody from British Columbia, I won't pick up the phone for him no more. Simple. Let him get to talking, and once they get to talking, simple.
Be no next me if the people at the top with the financial resources are doing the bidding. That's being the arm of big tech. What you just said is, well, we have to play ball with big tech if we want to make money. Well, I don't. Why don't you guys follow a model like I have and scale it? That's what I've been doing since 2014. You know that. I've been trying to make sure, which I thought we were all doing, that we can all flip the bird to Silicon Valley. This is saying we need him and you need to play ball.
And by the way, before some of you ask for this, look, there's always personal information on phone calls. And for the record, I've recorded 3 people on phone calls in my life. All 3 are involved with big tech. Just to be clear, the entire call transcript has been sent to others to verify without hopefully having to release the whole thing. And I'll be on Tim Pool's show, I believe, on Monday to talk about it. Now, this is something else that's been brought to my attention. Look, some people have been sent out from Daily Wire and have gotten very personal. Obviously, when we released this video, we didn't name names, and I told you there are a lot of people in the space who have made offers, and it is true. There are quite a few, and there are some others that have been pretty similar to this. This isn't an incredibly unique scenario, but there have been some good people out there too, and we're still talking with them. So I do know that some people from Daily Wire have come out, maybe been instructed to. I have no idea. I don't care. And they've gotten very personal. I don't want to do that. At least I didn't want to. But now it's sort of necessary for me to do so. So these are the only personal things I will say about the people at Daily Wire.
Now, I want you to hear what he says about the people from Daily Wire. I want you to hear what he says on the people from Daily Wire. And you know what? I'm not gonna sit here, the banana hammock, all that. No. There's a way I can block people in my call in. I'm gonna call the company so this will never happen. Once I'll block you, because now you got to keep calling around. He's gonna call somebody. They're gonna try to call 3-way, and the answer is no. So yes, if you want to call in tonight, I'm gonna go on and tell you right now. If you are on Rumble, call in. I'll be so glad to hear from you on Rumble, because you guys know I love you. If you do super chats, I will read your super chats on air. I promise you, I will read your super chats on air. But this is what's going on. Steve Crowder, could he done it a different way except the recording? Yes. But how could he have proven to everybody about these conservatives who claim to be fighting the good faith? But Mark Dice had exposed a lot of this stuff long time ago. I'll be honest. Mark Dice exposed a lot of this stuff long time ago. I remember Mark Dice had brought out that Ben Shapiro had dinner with what's his name? I cannot think of his name. Lizard Man from Facebook. Zuckerberg. Ben Shapiro had dinner with Zuckerberg. They was talking and laughing and yucking it up. And I'm going to tell you right now, all those people who make it big when it comes to podcasting, they do not waste their time with smaller people. If you like people who have over 1 million and 2 million people, I'll be honest. Yes, if I go to Brandon Tatum's page, Brandon like, hey, what's up, Jamal? And he has over millions. But I got another one. Let me see who this call in real quick. I'm gonna go on and get it started because as y'all can see now, I'm gonna tell you. If you on Rumble and you on Mind of Jamal listening, you see all these trolls that's calling in, why ain't you calling in? This is for you to be able to call in and say, hey, Jamal, talk to you. Jamal, we disagree with you on this. But let me go on and do it. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Jamal, this is Scott.
Scott who?
My full name?
No, Rumble or Black Tea Patriots.
I'm was watching YouTube.
Oh, okay, YouTube. Which one? Okay, Scott on you from YouTube. Which one, Live or Black Southerner?
I was watching the one about Louder with Crowder, with the Crowder and the Daily Wire.
Oh, no, I was trying to figure out, are you on Mind of Jamal Live or Mind of Jamal Black Southerner so I can give you a shout out. That's all.
I thought it was Jamal Live, right?
Okay. Okay, I got you. What's going on?
Oh, I love both the Daily Wire and the Crowder.
Uh-huh.
But I think Crowder's in the wrong big time.
All right.
Because he's done hundreds of contracts. He has people under contracts that he won't release, that he's holding their work. You know what I'm saying?
No, I didn't know that. I did not know because I never know. I know Quarterback, Dave Landau. Those are only people I knew that works with him. Who else does Steve Crowder have?
Steve Crowder has, this is not a joke, this is the guy's name, Not Gay Jared. And he has Not Gay Jared stuff under contract and will not release it. And he's on an NDA, non-disclosure, and he has another guy who did a YouTube about Crowder's dog for years. And the guy wanted to go off on his own, and Crowder said, nope, I own all that, I'll delete it.
Wow, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Yeah, so, he's preaching, I like the cause, what he's saying, but he's also doing it himself.
Because I know Steve...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I know Steve does his own producing, because he has his own studio with his own cameras, own record equipment. But I didn't know Not Gay Jared. I didn't know that. I did not know.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with him, but the guy who did his dog vlog and did his dog, people do. I don't even know if it's TikTok, YouTube, but he does something with Crowder's dog. Like it must be a cute dog or smart or something.
You know what?
People just watch them dog videos.
Hey Scott, somebody said MK Mimic on Rumble Rebels. He said the same thing you're saying. He muzzled Not Gay Jared.
Yes, he did. Yes, he can't speak and he can't get his work. Same thing with the dog guy.
Hold up, you talking about the tall guy?
I'm not too familiar with Not Gay Jared. That's why I didn't even want to say the name because I wasn't even sure if it's right, but it is right.
Because it's a guy. It's a guy that It's a guy that's tall and slim, and he works the It's a guy that's tall and slim, and his name is Jared.
He's not still working with him right now. No.
Okay, something MK McCormick says it's a girl. I think they said he muzzled. Is it a girl? Because MK McCormick says she.
Is it for the dog walker or the Not Gay Jared?
Not Gay Jared.
Like I said, that person I don't know too much about.
Okay.
I've heard it, and I've heard people ask him live, why don't you release Not Gay Jared stuff? I was assuming it was a guy. Garrett, sounds like a guy, but you never know now.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at.
Yes.
I actually am looking him up now. His name is Jared Monroe.
Okay.
That's who he is. It says, a farewell to Not Gay Jared Louderwood Quile. He's a scrawny, pale body, will be missed. I think it's the tall, slim dude.
Oh, okay. I don't know exactly who.
Nah, it's not him. It's somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay, this not him.
Not the guy. But like I said, I do like Crowder. I love the Daily Wire, and I think he's blowing up on the Daily Wire and recording. That was horrible. He did too much and he planned it. You can see when he bought the big con. He did that in December 12th. He bought the domain name. So he planned it.
That's what I was hearing said today.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's what I heard Ben Shapiro say today. Because one thing about it, I was listening to Ben, and I just don't want to be someone who says, oh, Jamal, you just got it from one side. But, yeah, I heard Ben Shapiro say that today. He got the domain in December, but launched in January.
Yes. So why would he have bought that domain name if he knew this wasn't a plan? That's another low thing to do, too. Because he was still working at the Blaze December 12th. He was still at the Blaze, left the Blaze December 15th. I only just recently, I watched Mark Dyson's video. I watched Tim Pool's, a bunch of people's. And I'm coming up in my head. I'm not the brightest mind, but I think Daily Wire was they sent him good. That was a first term sheet, too. That wasn't a contract. That's what a lot of people keep saying, too. That was a term offer just to start the talking. He wouldn't sign a contract or a term offer without even having a lawyer go through it. And I understand he's saying up-and-coming YouTubers can't afford lawyers and stuff. But Jamal, the main thing is no one's really giving $1 million contracts to up-and-coming YouTubers.
Well, Scott, I want to thank you for calling in, and now I got you labeled. What I did was, next time you call in, it comes up Scott.
Mm-hmm. Oh, perfect.
All right, Scott, have a good one, and thanks. Yo.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
What's going on, Craig? What's going on with you, man?
Hey, Mr. Jamal, how you doing, brother?
Man, long time no hear. I'm now able to talk like I need to and have the phone conversations now because I was able to get a better speaker system. So a lot of people say this is. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Man, I'm hearing you crystal clear, man. You sound like you high definition right now.
Okay. Well, I got this new
So,
I got a new speaker system, so everybody can be able to hear. So the people can hear you too. Well, what's going on, Craig? What you want to talk about, my man?
so I got a question for you. So I
The conference has been locked.
for videos, right? And you mentioned something about Christmas. What's your perspective about Christmas?
Oh
Do you
wow.
think it's overrated or?
Okay. I'm holiness, Craig, and
Okay.
being that I'm
Mhm.
holiness, as a holiness man, let me take my hat off because I'm talking
Okay.
scripture.
Okay.
There is no scripture in the Bible, in the Holy Scriptures, that tell you when Jesus' birthday is.
Exactly. I
And
remember
for
that.
people who are, and for us who are Christians, I believe Jesus Christ is God Almighty. I believe in one God. That's Jesus Christ. He's both Father. He's both Son. He's everything. I don't believe in Trinity. I believe Jesus Christ is God Almighty. He's
Hmm.
to say this is his birthday without it in the scriptures. To say to give Jesus Christ a birthday that he didn't give, that he didn't say was it. To holiness people, that's wrong. Because during that time, the Roman Empire, they had an event called they had winter solstice. That is correct. Now, when you hear atheists run around and say winter solstice, that actually is correct. They did have something called winter solstice. And how they got many Christians to get not to be able to live their lives in Rome was they went to a lot of the statues, cut off things like horns and wings, and renamed them as the apostles. Like if you go to the Roman Catholic Church in Rome, some of those statues are older than when Christ walked. Hold it. How can this statue
Yeah.
date back to BC before Christ, and that's supposed to be a statue of the apostles? That don't make sense. So,
No, I don't.
and how they and so, but my thing is this: for those people who do celebrate Christmas and say Christmas is Jesus, Jesus Christ is the reason for the season. Because my wife celebrates Christmas. I don't. When I met her and we was talking, I always told her I didn't. But there are some people, to them, Jesus, the Christmas means Jesus. If you take Jesus out, they won't do it. If you have a Christmas party and they can't have a cross there, or they can't say the blood of Jesus, they won't participate. So I understand where it comes from, but as someone who searched the scriptures, you don't find it. Because if you look at when the time it was seen, no shepherd will be out in the deserts of Israel in December, because it's extremely cold with the sheep. They would have frozen, so it would be too cold. But like I said, when it comes to that, that's why I say during the time when people tell me, if I know they're saved, Craig, I will say, if they say Merry Christmas to me, I say God bless. Because I know they're telling me from a Christian point of Christians in their view, in their heart, this means Jesus. And you have a lot of people during this time of year, they're not living like Christ just for this day. They live like this all the time. So when they say Merry Christmas, Jesus is the reason for the season, they've been living like that all year. Jesus is the reason for every day. So But
Right.
that's where it comes from, if your holiness, about Christmas. That's where it comes from. It comes down to
Appreciate you telling me
scripture.
this. Appreciate it. I have another question for you. Do you think McCarthy's doing a great job as a Speaker of the House right now?
Yes, actually, I got to admit, Kevin McCarthy's doing a good job. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if
do
he's
too.
putting up a front, but Craig, he's doing a great job. You can't complain about it. He's doing a great
Yeah.
job.
No, he is doing a great job. And I thank God for him because I just really hope that President Trump get back in the House. I really do.
You
I'm
know
keeping my
what?
fingers crossed.
If President Trump don't, we better make sure somebody. Of course I'm going for President Trump, but it's up to us to make sure that the Republican Party know we're not going back to the George Bushes, we're not going back to the Jeb Bushes, we're not going back to the Christies. We want someone that's going to stand for what we say and what they mean. Thank you, Craig, for calling in, my man.
All right, God bless you, brother.
God bless. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Caller, you're on the air.
When you need potassium and you're feeling tired.
Yes, caller, you're on the air.
Eddie from Long Island.
All right, Eddie, what's going on?
How you doing, brother? Long time no speak. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Eddie.
Just New York is crazy. They try to do the mask mandates again, but out here on Long Island, we said hell no, and we're fighting back. It's just crazy.
It
Price
is.
of eggs today, $9 for 18 eggs.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you like this, Eddie. It feels good that areas where they won't known to be conservatives, they're fighting back. That really feels good because people got to get tired of it, and the stuff that they're doing is just downright craziness. Y'all,
Where I live, we went full red. And Zeldin lost by like minimal votes. So we put up a good fight, but the city and 3 counties upstate is what cost us the governorship.
well, you know what? I always tell it is true. People who vote for a living right now are overtaking people who do. People who vote for a living are overtaking people who work for a living. However, the people who work for a living got to stop being the silent majority and be the loud majority.
That's the truth there. That's all I had to say. Just want to let you know New York's still standing. Some of us are still fighting.
Hold on, let me make sure I put your name in here, Eddie, because I got you as something else, Ledden. So let me make sure.
My wife's name comes up. Yeah, and my full it's Eddie Ledden from Long Island. Yeah,
I got you, Eddie.
The wife's name. All right. Well, you have yourself a good night, and I'll get back on. Rumble Rebels there.
All right. God bless you, Eddie.
You too, Jamal.
All right, so far you had somebody before him that came up singing. That's why I canceled. So for those who wanted to know why I don't celebrate Christmas, I hope I did a good job explaining it to you. Like I said, I don't have a problem explaining anything about my stance. I don't sit up under women preachers. I won't let nobody pray for me I won't let a female pray for me whose head uncovered. If a woman's head uncovered, you can't pray for me. Uncovered. If her head is covered, she can pray for me and my children. But if her head uncovered, can't pray for me and my children. Nope. Bible says, scriptures are clear about covering and about a man being uncovered. I'm a deep believer in that. I don't sit up under women preachers. People will say I sound like I'm out of the 50s or the 60s. Yeah, I probably do, but the scriptures is the scriptures. The scriptures don't change because it's not politically correct.
Andrew Klavan is one of my favorite people of all time. He has an unbelievable skill to make you feel like the smartest guy in the room, even though I guarantee you he's smarter than you. There are very few people whose company I enjoy more than Andrew Klavan. Jordan Peterson is not only a friend, I would go to the wall for him. He's a guy who has changed the landscape of our country for the better. Can't say enough good things about him. Ben Shapiro is possibly the smartest person I know. That's as personal as I'll get. Now,
you know what? He's going to regret saying that. Steve Crowder's going to regret saying that, because what we saw with Steve Crowder and Ben Shapiro came out today, said he was disgusted. This is about money. This is a gig job. He's trying to just make his email list bigger. I'll be honest, Ben Shapiro was talking today. I'm like, the man didn't attack you. Okay, that's his best friend. Okay, that's your best friend. But if you got two friends arguing, you don't just jump and choose sides. What you do is you first look and see what's going on. And then if you feel one is wrong, you call him up and say, hey, bro, I'm flying out to see you. We gonna talk. This is wrong. But how Ben Shapiro came at him today, I will be honest, I have never seen Ben Shapiro come after somebody like that. And Ben Shapiro have been wrong. Ben Shapiro have been wrong a bunch of times on some stuff. So that right there is my opinion on the Steve Crowder is this. How in the world can you be a successful, conservative, and not get banned? Not even Jordan Peterson has been demonetized. Even Jordan Peterson has had videos taken down. But you mean to tell me Ben Shapiro hasn't? Never had a video taken down. Never had a strike. Daily Wire. No strikes, no bans. That's what's the problem. And what they wanted Steve to do was conform and basically go up under their rules. The rules of social media. Which is like the man said, hey, we make money from this. So if you going to do that, if you get banned, you're going to lose money. So thus, he was doing the job of big tech. The guy was doing the job of big tech. Whenever he said you're going to lose money for violating their terms and policies because your video got taken down or you got banned, that's enforcing the rules of Facebook and YouTube. So that's where Steve is coming from. So I do understand that. I understand that very strongly. I understand.
Here's the thing. Only after that final call, after negotiations had followed through, pleading on the side of principle and knowing that it was completely met with deaf ears, did I come out like I did? See, here's the thing. They keep talking about a business. Well, I walked away from the table because I'm talking like it's about a country, about a movement. And this is the thing. The response that I've heard over the years, it's not just now. I've been doing this for a long time. You constantly hear, it's just business. It's just business. Well, guess what? It's not to me. Sure, I run a business, but it's not just business. And let me ask you, when have you ever heard someone say it's just business when they're doing the right thing? Ever hear someone give $250,000 to charity and say it's just business? And here's something that I would like to ask you, because I know that they've tried to play the identity politics, and misrepresent the whole financial situation. But yeah, over the course of 4 or 5 years, the total operational budget, meaning 25, 30 employees, all of the costs, security, health insurance, would have been somewhere in the $50 million ballpark for that total operational budget. That is true. Okay. First off, I think it's a good thing for conservative companies out there to be generating or capable of generating far more than that. It'd be better than just Disney and just Netflix and just Hulu Plus. And I'd like the people who are in charge of that to be people who are willing to walk away from that if it comes with strings attached, with people who hate everything you stand for. So let's take that at face value, okay? I want you to ask yourself this question, okay? Put yourself in my shoes. What would it take? How much do your principles matter to you? What kind of a headspace would you have to be in to walk away full stop from $50 million? Let me ask you even further. What would it take for you to be willing to walk away from at least $50 million because of it causing harm to someone else that doesn't even affect you, but the next kid? I've talked about this, you have it in comedy. I'm never going to be the guy who pulls the ladder up after me. What motivates me is not money. Of course, everyone here likes nice things. They want to make a living. You've heard me say this many times. I want to pass the torch. I want there to be someone else to do this. It can't happen if this is how our movement is structured. And you know that, by the way, this could do irreparable damage to the movement, the country, and the people who've fought so hard for the ground gained if we've decided to get in bed with these people who want to strip it away. I'm asking, would you walk away? What would it take for you to walk away from $50 million? Because it's true. That's exactly what I did. It's exactly what I'm doing. And so long as these contracts out there include enforcement of big tech, of punishing conservative creators on behalf of the people we claim to fight and the people who have long since demonetized us and can't stand me, and part of me doesn't blame them. As long as these contracts include that, not even for me, but the next person, I wouldn't take $1 billion.
Now, a lot of people will say that's self-serving. But you know what? If somebody wakes up and realizes, wow, this is wrong, don't fault them for waking up realizing something's wrong. I do want to thank Miss Minnie McCormick. Miss Minnie. She searched my house. I am free of classified. Miss Minnie McCormick searched her house and she said she is free. Miss Minnie McCormick over there on Rumble Rebels, she says she is free of all classified documents. So she does not have any of Joe Biden's classified documents, okay? She is free of any classified documents. Well, Miss Minnie, I'm so glad that you are. She gave through PayPal. Remember, if you do want to donate, you can. You got PayPal, you got Cash App, so you those are ways you can donate. The reason why I am talking about, one of the reasons I'm talking about Ben Shapiro and Steve Crowder and this, is because this week, which I'm going to be talking a lot about tonight, like I say, you can call in. Remember, you guys, when I open back up the lines, you can call in and you can say, Jamal, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about something else. Oh, Miss Michelle Bueller from Black Tea Patriots. Oh, I got to get that phone call. Hold on. Miss Michelle, I see you. I got to get that phone call. Because what people are realizing, who had the mentality, live and let live. Who you sleep with is none of my business. Whom you want to marry, marry whomever you want to marry. what people are seeing, that way of thinking was wrong. That way of thinking was wrong. And I got to show this video from John Burke, because John Burke today came out and said, I was wrong. This live and let live mentality, they wanted people to think they just wanted to be left alone. The whole gay agenda, it was never about being left alone. They wanted you to leave them alone so they can get enough political power to force what they believed on you. Let me say that again. The whole gay agenda, when they said they just wanted tolerance, they just wanted to live their life, they wanted to get in a position of power so that you would be forced to accept it, forced to agree with it. For some of y'all, you may get upset when I say this because you may have a daughter that's LGBTLQ. You may have a son that's GBTLQ. Big Dan T says, keep up the great work, brother, for God and country. Well, thank you, Big Dan T. He gave a super chat on Mind of Jamal. He gave me a super chat on Mind of Jamal, Black Southern on YouTube. These people told you what they was planning. When the Boston Gay Choir sung that song, we'll get your children, we want your children, that should have sent parents angry. People should have been out there. No, it's just, they just joking. Why do grown men have to put on thongs or wig with the very biggest stereotype about women and perform sexual lewd acts in front of children? Why? 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 And some people, yes, your child may be gay, but some people put their gay child over the scriptures. Well, God made them like that, and God don't make mistakes. You right, God don't make mistakes, so he didn't make your child that way. And some people don't like to hear that. Some people don't like, oh man, Miss Michelle, can you call back? I promise you, I will get you, Miss Michelle. If you call back in, I promise you, I will get your phone call. Okay, Miss Michelle? Do forgive me, but I promise you, if you call back in, Miss Michelle, I will get your phone call because your name come up. That's how I knew you was waiting, okay? Yes, ma'am, Michelle Beal. If you call back in, I will get your phone call. I promise. I'm going through my monologue, but call back in. I promise you I get you.
Buddy, I respect everybody's choices. My choice is to stay true to myself and my religion. That's all I'm going to say.
How do your religious beliefs?
Like I said, that's all I'm going to comment on that. If you have any hockey questions, I would answer those.
Can you just clarify what is your religion?
Oops.
Religion? Russian Orthodox.
Provorov wasn't in warm-ups before the game. There's a report that he wasn't in warm-ups because he didn't want to wear the Pride jersey for Pride Night. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I think the organization has sent out a release regarding the organization, the beliefs that we have and how we feel about it, and really a great night. With Provy, he's being true to himself and to his religion. This has to do with his belief in his religion. And it's one thing I respect about Provy. He's always true to himself, and so that's where we're at with that.
Was there any consideration on your part when he chose not to wear the jersey to not play him as a result?
No. I'm not going to answer many more questions on it because I just think it's unfair I know you're going to probably talk to Provy, but yeah, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I think it was a great night in celebrating. Organization has put out a statement, and I'm not going to get too deep into the conversation. Those are the comments as far as Provy. We talked as a team and with Provy, and that's where we're at.
Just kind of glanced at the story. I didn't do a deep dive into it, but when I saw it, and coerced, I believe that it's, and I say this all the time, they're themselves, but I support her. There's nothing wrong with saying, I can support you, I can understand where you come from, but I don't have to participate.
And he has a John Tortorella, the need to run it
themselves, but I support her. There's nothing wrong with saying, I can support you, I can understand where you come from, if
the need to run it.
Now, this guy right here, this person right here woke a lot of people up. This person right here, there she goes. Hold on, y'all. I got Miss Michelle. Hold on. I got Miss Michelle. Hold on. Hey, Miss Michelle.
Hi. I'm from Shasta County, California.
Is this Miss Michelle?
Yes.
Hey, Miss Michelle, how you doing?
Oh yeah, we're hanging in there. A lot. We're in farming land. We have a lot of horses and cows, and a lot of people are,
Our cows are in a different state.
in California, and
Do
there's
you got
a lot
chickens?
Of, things that are going on.
Do you got chickens? Because they seem to be real popular. Chickens is the most...
Yeah.
No, we don't have chickens.
There's people that have chickens that lay eggs because eggs are like $9 a dozen when you buy it in California.
How much?
$9 a dozen.
Oh, wow. Eddie from Long Island just said that same thing. Eddie said eggs in Long Island is $9. Being that right now, which everybody knows of my house caught fire, Miss Michelle, I haven't bought eggs in 2 months. Because where we stay at, we can't fry eggs. They have a extended stay. You got breakfast downstairs, so we don't cook breakfast. But I didn't realize eggs done jumped to $9 a carton.
Yeah. And not only that I'm not going to give names, but the farmers are really concerned about our farmland, with lettuce and broccoli and different things, and all of our nutrients in America, you know what I mean, in California. California grows a lot of stuff, especially on the coast, and everything. And, with beef and all that. And I know that they want to, kind of make everybody turn into vegans. Like, you can't have beef, you can't have nothing,
Why can't we just have both?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's your granddaughter or daughter?
Oh, that's my nephew.
Okay.
Tristan. He's in school in California. He wants to share a couple things about school.
Okay.
What's going on in California?
All right, Tristan, what's going on in school in California?
I was at lunch with 230 kids. That's from all of my friends. And then we did time out, which is supposed to make us go quiet. We want quiet for a minute, then we started talking after a minute. And then we did time out again and started yelling at us for no reason.
You said your teacher started yelling at you for no reason?
No, a different teacher, not our teacher, a lunch teacher.
Okay, well,
and we were being quiet.
What did your teacher say about it? What did your teacher say about it?
We were mad too.
Oh,
she did not like it.
Oh, okay. Well, did your teacher have a conversation with this lady, adult to adult?
Yes.
Okay, well then.
A big conversation.
Okay, well, you know what? That goes to show you, as a child, I'm old school, I'm old fashioned. As a child, of course, as we say, you have a place. And that teacher, your teacher, did her job by going in there saying, hey, let me talk to you. Don't ever speak to my students that way again. She did her job. She made sure what she said was professional, but that's what your teacher and your adult supposed to do. And as a child, I'm so glad that you showed respect and y'all didn't say, because a lot of children today don't have that respect to where if an adult says something wrong or they feel they're wronged, they will try to fuss out the adult. But that's, as my mama used to say, that's being out of place. That's out of your place. That's an adult. Did you tell your parents?
Yeah.
Well, so what did
My teacher did.
What? Oh, your teacher called your parents. What did your father say?
Oh, he got mad at the teacher. He was thinking, why did her yell at us?
Well, hopefully he.
My dad's half Indian.
Okay, well, hopefully your dad will call up the school and let the principal and other teachers know that that behavior is unacceptable. And if you was misbehaving, he will understand. Of course, if you was misbehaving, the teacher said, hey, y'all need to sit down. That's different. But if you're doing absolutely nothing and this teacher does this, and for your teacher to handle the situation, that's a good thing.
Right.
So will you have a blessed, well, here in North Carolina, it is 23:29, and I think it's 20:30 there where you're at 8 or 8:30 p.m. So I will talk to you later.
Well, thank you for allowing us to speak.
No problem. Have a wonderful night, Miss Michelle.
Pray for California.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
Okay.
Well, one thing about me, I'm old-fashioned. I do believe, hey, if a teacher does something wrong, like that teacher did, that's grown folk. Grown folk contact grown folk, and they say, hey, I don't appreciate this happening, and teachers handle it. So that's a great job his teacher handled it.
This happened in baseball last year with the Tampa Bay Rays. There were 5 members of the Tampa Bay Rays who wouldn't wear a patch supporting gay rights. Mm-hmm. And Major League Baseball didn't do much. It was a story for a little bit. John Tortorella, many years ago, when, racial injustice, and it still is till this day, but when Colin Kaepernick first started kneeling during national anthem, said, anyone who does that on my team is going to sit. And he has a son who's an Army Ranger. So it's not like Tortorella in the past hasn't spoken on sensitive issues.
I want you all to pay attention to him. What this man right here is telling you what the whole gay agenda is now. They're looking to force this on people. Last year you had 5 Tampa Bay Ray players say, no, we're not participating. This is why so many people are saying the live and let live. They won't let you live now. If you're not wearing gay pride, if you're not out there celebrating with them, you don't deserve to live. You don't deserve to work. You don't deserve anything. You just need to lose everything and go hide in the house until the people come repo your house or repo everything else. This is literally what this man is saying. He doesn't, if you don't go out here and support gay rights, You don't deserve to make a living. Your children don't deserve a good school. Your wife don't deserve a good school if you're a man. If you're a woman, your husband doesn't deserve a good job. Your children shouldn't go to college. This is penalty because you don't agree with them.
The theme from the National Hockey League is hockey is for everyone, okay? The theme is not hockey is for everyone, ... unless you don't believe in gay rights, then do whatever you want. If the National Hockey League is going to do this, if any league is going to do this, do it properly or reevaluate what you're doing. Because there's not a lot of repercussions that I'm seeing from any league. Now, it could change with the NHL. Could change with the NHL. I think you fine the Flyers $1 million for this. I'm not kidding.
I want you to listen to that. If you don't wear and support gay pride, you get fined $1 million for every last black Democrat that's sitting out here crying and complaining, black folk ain't being treated fair, black folk ain't being treated fair. Every other group you have defended, you have taken up for them, you have allowed them to use our civil rights struggle, and they leave us behind. I want you to listen to this, what this man is saying. If you don't support gay rights, if you don't wear a gay flag, you should lose $1 million. Your organization should lose $1 million. There is nothing more important than supporting gay rights. I have never supported gay rights. I never will support gay rights. I do not see gay people as equal. These people let you know how they feel and what is the end game. If you're gay, it's okay. That's what they say. If you're gay, it's okay. You better keep quiet today. If it's gay, it's okay, and you better shut up today.
Figure this out and stop offending people on nights where it's not about that. It's supposed to be about inclusivity. The National Hockey League need to attack this and figure this out. Because what I heard last night was offensive and didn't make any sense. Because, for instance, if that was a military night, okay?
Right.
If anyone in Canada or in the States on a military appreciation night wouldn't wear a jersey pregame, do you have any idea the uproar that would have happened on that? Do you have any idea the backlash? Do you have any idea what happened on social media? It's ridiculous what would have happened.
It was just
Colin Kaepernick did it. Military night, many people didn't stand. Let me tell you something. Colin Kaepernick wasn't the first person not to stand for the national anthem in an American League sport. There was a guy named Ratliff something, used to play for the Denver Nuggets. Ratliff Muhammad or something like that. Played for the Denver Nuggets, was the point guard. He didn't stand for the national anthem. He felt it was wrong. Back in 2003. And wow, I just want to let some of y'all know, y'all need to be going crossing state. Because some of these people, like Corey Benson, is saying eggs is $3.99 a dozen in Indiana. Miss Sin Napier, she in Benson, North Carolina, she found some eggs $3.29. Uh-oh.
Just a minute ago, we were talking about the uproar that was happening with FIFA fever, where if you were seen with so much as a rainbow anywhere, you had to fear for your life, imprisonment, or death.
Yeah.
Well, that's those people's culture. That's those people culture. You see? And I'm going to tell you something. The LGBTQ community do not want to go up against the Muslim community. Democrats do not want to offend people with melanin in their skin. Anybody that got some type of color in their skin, Democrats don't want to offend. Notice nobody talked about those parents in Dearborn, Michigan, those Muslim parents who went to that meeting and turned it out and said, no, we don't want gay books and drag queens in our school. That won't cover by CNN, MSNBC, Headline News, your local service. Nope, won't cover it. They cannot afford to break up their coalition. Their coalitions of devils. That's what the Democrat Party have. A coalition of devils. Seriously.
So, and now here we are.
I just think the NHL has to do something here. This is not good enough. This is not good enough. Hockey is for everyone, ... unless you don't agree with gay rights is not the phrasing of this. You're either in this or you're not. And one last point. Nothing scares me more than any human being who says, I'm not doing this because of my religious beliefs. Because when you looked at people's lives, you normally say that publicly, you'd throw up at what you saw. You would throw up at what you saw. And I have seen that a million times in a lot of different ways. So don't give me that. With respect. Don't give me that, because no one's perfect. All right? Don't tell me, don't feed me the religious beliefs line. And all of a sudden the NHL is going to back off this.
Well, hold on. If nobody's perfect, if you just literally just said nobody's perfect, then that hockey player isn't perfect. He literally just said nobody's perfect. Well, that hockey player isn't perfect. And he ain't the worst. It's others that made worse comments. Listen to
even Provorov to be deported back to Russia. Take a look.
And Ivan Provorov can get on a plane any day he wants and go back to a place where he feels more comfortable, take less money, and get on with his life that way, if it's that problematic for him. And he's been in North America for a long time. He played in the Western Hockey League. He's now been in Philadelphia for many years. If this is that much of a problem for him to maybe assimilate into his group of teammates and in the community and here in this country, that's okay. Listen, you can feel any way you want. But the beauty is, if it bothers you that much, there's always a chance to leave, go back where you feel more comfortable. I understand there's a conflict of sorts going on over there. Maybe get involved. So,
yeah, so that's probably one of the more effed up takes that I've heard from a so-called sports media analyst, right? Basically,
in the Western Hockey League, he's now been in Philadelphia for many years. If this is that much of a problem for him to maybe assimilate into his group of teammates and in the community and here in this country, that's okay. Listen, you can feel any way you want. But the beauty is, if it bothers you that much, there's always a chance to leave, go back where you feel more comfortable. I understand there's a conflict of sorts going on over there. Maybe get involved.
This man basically said, go back where you come from because you don't like gay rights. Here is a little secret that people don't like to talk about. The black community, 69% of the black community overwhelmingly oppose homosexuality and gay marriage. The black community still holds on that gay marriage is wrong and homosexuality is wrong. That's the black community. But they don't mention that because the last thing you want is for those race hustlers to start bing, 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 sounding the alarm, somebody getting ahead of black folk. But this is Canada. I just want y'all to let y'all know. No, this isn't American. This is American. This is here.
What does it do with anything? Yeah.
How about the fact that he was smart enough to give away a really
fucking
good
Louis
gift?
Vuitton bag, yeah.
And to get sales.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Speaking out against the racism thrown at white heterosexual Christians. And folks, if you think I'm lying about that NHL clip I just showed you, or you just listened to, you think they'd say that if he was a black Muslim? Fuck no, he wouldn't. Hell no, he would not. Absolutely not. I wouldn't go near him. Therefore, minority privilege does exist at a very, very big level. Can you imagine? I want to physically hurt these people. I want to punch them in
the youngest real estate person in.
They will hate you no matter what, folks.
Most of these people think that they're oppressed. I mean,
no.
You can't be a multimillionaire playing.
I don't know. Not that.
I got to find that part of it. I'm gonna take a few phone calls while I find this real quick. What he was saying. I'm gonna take a few phone calls while this is going on. All right, let me be prepared for a troll. I got my the dump button for a troll. All right, caller, you're on the air.
Fernando, how much as far as
You're on the air, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, hello.
Yep.
This is Big Damn T. How are you?
What's your name again?
Big Damn T.
Oh, what's up, Dan?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
All right. Had a troll there a few seconds ago. Had to get rid of him.
Oh, I got you. I was just wanting to talk a little bit about that hockey player, if that's all right.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I mean, I do know about you. You feel the same way I do. But what bothers me, I mean, I'm happy he stood up and didn't wear the jersey. He stood up for his values and our values. But what's really should scare us as Americans is that nobody else did. You know, not everybody on that team agreed with wearing the jersey, but since it's part of our quote-unquote culture now, that everyone wore the jersey whether they agreed with it or not. So, and to me, I mean, you know, why are we celebrating anyone? Why are we celebrating someone's sexuality and their preference anyway, whether you agree with it or not? That guy comparing Military Appreciation Night with Gay Pride Night, that's just insulting to me. I don't know what, you know.
Well, here's the thing. As long as if they know that people are going to continue to not voice back against them, they're going to continue to do it.
Yes, sir.
They're going to continue to do it. Because here's the thing. And I'm going to play this video. I finally found the part. This is my boy John Burke. I like John Burke. Now, like I say, y'all got to forgive the language because John Burke is a former special forces, and he's just a straight up good guy. John Burke's a straight up good guy. The American Savage podcast. But I want to play this while you're on the line so you can let me know if you can be able to hear him. But if you can't, huh?
I said, okay, that's good.
Let me see, can I get him up here now?
Like, why are you so obsessed with transgenders? Because that's all you're throwing in our face, and we're getting tired of it. Now, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. My position has changed. I am not for the LGBT. I am not for live and let live as long as it doesn't bother me or it doesn't infect me. It has. It's already has. Look, that stance was wrong. I hate to say it, but it took us having to get to this level, this position, before we realized we were wrong. This never should have been tolerated. It should have been fought tooth and nail against, because America's circling the drain. I've said it before. It's true. The live and let live, the difference is what happens when one side will not let you live as you see fit, as you want to. Well, then the whole balance is thrown off.
And right there, what you just heard John Burke saying, the live and let live did not work.
No.
It didn't. For people like myself and you said yourself as well, we warned people and told people, this isn't going to work. They're not going to stop with this. They're not going to stop with just tolerance. They're not going to stop with inclusion. They're not going to stop with marriage. They're not going to stop with being able to work for a church and not be fired. If the church at one time, especially Christian schools, were terminating teachers for getting pregnant out of wedlock, what is the difference of a gay teacher think she should keep her job? They fired people don't know. At one time, if you was a teacher and you got pregnant, did you know they would terminate you?
Oh yeah, back in the 50s for sure. Yeah.
No, they was doing that all the way up to the 80s. Certain counties and certain areas, it was called teacher morality. If you a teacher, you won't seen flirting with another teacher. That like if you was a female teacher, you didn't go out to dates and stuff like that with other teachers so you can bump into your parents and stuff like that. No, they didn't do that. But as the 90s and 80s and let people live and it don't matter, your morality ain't my morality, we start seeing it threw all the morality away in America.
Absolutely. And I know that around here, I'm in southern West Virginia, so, we have a lot more Christian schools have popped up because of things like that, because even around here in public school, and I know in North Carolina, probably the same way, that these rural areas in public school are teaching them things about the alphabet mafia, what I like to call it, and acceptance and that. They're not standing up for the Pledge of Allegiance anymore, not saying prayers and stuff. Some of them are, to their credit, but more and more Christian schools are popping up. So those morals hopefully have a hold back in America. That's the only chance we have, I think.
Well, they're not going to stop. They're going to continue to go after because this is what they want. They want people they want to force this on people. And you not Absolutely. To be able to say anything. I mean, literally, they're saying send this man back to Russia so he can fight on the Russian front. Oh yeah, if you are on if you are on Mind of Jamal, the live, if you are on Mind of Jamal live, everybody on Mind of Jamal live, thank you for coming out tonight. You can go over to Mind of Jamal Black Southerner or Rumble, and you can be able to watch the rest of the show. To everyone else, you will be able to stay, but Mind of Jamal live. I hope you enjoyed yourself tonight. Please continue.